So, was it good Julianna or bad Amanda? Hey, what's up, fight nerds? This is your boy Gashawn. I want to welcome you to Enter the Nerd. Today, we're going to talk about UFC 269, specifically the Amanda Nunes and Julianna Pena title fight in the bantamweight division. Obviously, now we know that ended in an upset with Nunes losing her 135-pound belt. Now, there was tons of cool stuff that happened in there. You know, Oliveira defended his belt in 269. Garbrandt unfortunately got knocked out at 125. Dominic had a great win. Tuivasa had a great knockout. Sugar Sean beat a ranked opponent, top 15, tons of stuff. But I want to focus on the co-main, which is obviously Nunes and Pena, because it's very polarizing, right? People have had a lot of different opinions on why they think it happened, and a lot of it just isn't really true. And I think people just are not able to be objective about what really happened in that fight. And it's not disrespectful to say certain things, which I'm about to say right now. So I think that while Julianna did exactly what she had to do to win, I don't think this was a situation of Amanda getting broken by her. If we look at Amanda historically, in terms of strikers, she's been in there with much better strikers, right? And she acted a very different way, especially under different adversity. I mean, we can use her fight with Jermaine Durandamy, who obviously got the better of her standing up, but then she had to adjust, took it to the ground. And she even got like kind of half knocked out by an up kick in that fight too. Which reason why I mentioned that one is because I was watching an interview with Pena in MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, and she said that she doesn't do well with adversity. But there have been quite a few times where she's gotten hit with some things right in the, even like in the beginning of the Cyborg fight. Cyborg hit her with something pretty crazy right in the beginning. It's that Cyborg played Amanda's game the rest of the way. So it's not that she hasn't improved or, hasn't extended her cardio and stuff like that. It's just that for some reason during this fight, she decided to, instead of change angles, move her head out the way, she just kept consistently running into these jabs and 1-2s, which, let's be honest, striking is not Julianna's really her strong point. Those 1-2s weren't exactly crisp. It's just that Amanda, for the lack of respect possibly that she had for her, thought she was just gonna walk into these punches and eventually just get a wild swing and knock her out. So this is not a stab at Julianna, because obviously she did what she was supposed to do. She kept on doing what she did to win. It is what it is. But it took Amanda to behave uncharacteristically in order for that to happen. That's just speaking objectively. If you have to look at their history, you understand that if Amanda came there the same way how she came for, let's say, a Holly, or the 2 fights with Valentina, we know who Valentina is. We know what she is technically, her speed. If Amanda had come straight forward like that the whole time while Valentina's throwing what she throws, you think those fights would have ended the way they were? Like, obviously, we saw what happened in the third round of the first fight where Valentina was getting the best of Amanda. But it wasn't just Amanda going forward. Now, obviously, she was going for like some desperation takedowns in there. But obviously, at that point, she was like, you know what? I got to do it because I'm getting eaten up in the stand-up. And her cardio wasn't that good. But then in the 5-round fight, you saw both of them, the second fight that her and Valentina had, they were more tentative. And, it can go either way. A lot of people think that Valentina won that. A lot of people think that Amanda won it. Amanda got the decision. It is what it is. That's not what this is about. It's just talking about how all her past matches play into the behavior of this one. And I believe it's just that she didn't respect Amanda like that. She did not. And that was her number one mistake, which is, I guess, what makes Valentina as great as she is. Because even though we can look objectively and see that some of her opponents really don't have it from her, just from like the eye test, she doesn't treat them any differently. She goes out there and treats them like, look, this is going to be the last, this person could end my career, so I'm going to fight them the same exact way, which is why she stays the way she is. So this is akin to GSP and Sarah in that way, where GSP really underestimated Sarah and got finished. But then when the next time it came around, what happened? Because are we really going to say that Julianna overall is better because of what happened here? a lot of people are kind of having recency bias, and they're going like, oh, well, this is how Amanda always is. And it's like, it's not true. I mean, to be honest, even if you hear like what Pena was saying, like she was counting on her to be exactly like she was with Ngannou. And she got lucky because I'm guessing because Amanda had all these matches where people were just getting finished by getting touched by her in the first few minutes. She figured it was gonna be just like this. And it wasn't. But honestly, all it would have taken was an adjustment. Get out the way. Throw some straight shots down the middle yourself. Stop just winging punches and winging sloppy leg kicks. That wasn't going to help. So, I guess my analysis on this is, I'm not sure if we can really say this was Julianna breaking her, but more like, who the hell was this that showed up to the fight? Because it didn't look like Amanda. Now, mind you, obviously I'm a fan of Amanda. I'm a fan of pretty much everybody that's in that top 5 of that division. Valentina, Amanda Nunes. And we can say when a person has had a bad night, this was one of those. Because once again, it wasn't like Pena showed something that just frazzled Nunes and something that she couldn't see. We know who Nunes has been in there with striking wise. We even know who she's been in there in terms of grappling. Nothing new was done here. I think that in the rematch, if she gets herself together and does what she's supposed to do, which I have complete confidence in, I think she'll definitely take that. Now, what is going to happen? Are they going to do an immediate rematch? If they do, let's see how that goes. But I think if UFC really wants to make this Valentina Nunes fight happen again, the third one, they're probably going to push for Valentina to go to 135, get that belt, make her a double champ, and then have Nunes try to get that back from her. Because really, when you have Nunes up 2-0, and like regardless of what you think about the second fight, to really have it make sense even on paper, there it is. Because what's going to happen? Let's just say, Valentina beats her and it's like 2-1 now. Are they going to do a best out of 5? You understand? It's like, numbers wise, it didn't really make much sense. No matter who you believe won a second, it'll be 2-1. So what would happen after that? They'd have to keep fighting. Like, it's kind of strange. I did notice something strange. They did adjust the pound for pound rankings. I honestly don't really know what the pound for pound rankings, like what they're really taking into consideration here. It sounds like a popularity contest because, Amanda went down, which is fine, I guess. But then I saw on one thing, she went down below Amanda Nunes. I didn't understand that because technically she's got more title defenses. She still has a belt right now too. I understand her. You're going to put her right below Valentina because, Valentina, since she's had that title, has not lost yet, right? I guess you can put it that way. But it's strange because she still has a title. And she still was doing something that nobody else in there was doing, which was going up and down between divisions, right? So that's kind of strange. And I don't really know what the metrics are. Maybe someone could tell me, like, what are they looking at? Like, and some other pound for pound lists have her at number 2. So I don't really know what they're looking at. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out and then first. And maybe someone can help me out and figure out what that's about. But yeah, that's what I think. I think that's just the wrong narrative going there and just trying to be dismissive when it comes to what happened here. Trying to say that Amanda has always been this way. It's not really fair. I'm not trying to be unfair to Julianna. I'm trying to make it seem like she didn't put in a whole bunch of hard work. But, and like she has a great story, being a mom and all the injuries. That's all great and all. But can we be objective and like look and see what happened here and understand that it took Amanda to pretty much be super careless and not do what she has done characteristically in order for what happened to have happened? If we can understand that, and mind you, that's no one's fault but hers. That's her fault. But I don't think that's places an emphasis on paying. It's just, I think we can't take away the greatness also from Amanda now because of that. Because some people are like, oh, well, it is what it is. Now, for some reason, the fight with Kayla Harrison looks less appealing, even though that would have happened at 145 anyway and not 135. It's just very strange to see, like, a person can do all this stuff, all these other fights, and then all of a sudden they have a bad night and everyone just changes like night and day. It's one of the ugliest things when it comes to like mixed martial arts, right? Let me know what you think about it. Let's talk about it in the comments. Into the Nerd.